The most stressful job in the United States of America? Enlisted personnel. 2018, 2019, 2020, still running the most stressful job. On today's episode, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks of how I stay mentally in the fight. All right, welcome back, everybody. My name is Joseph French, and on today's episode, I'm going to be talking about staying in the fight mentally, physically, and being resilient while being in the United States military. Now, if you like the episode, hit that like button for me. It means a lot. Comment below on any tips and tricks that you found along the way, or if you have any questions, hit that subscribe button. I got about 70% of y'all that aren't subscribing. You're watching, but you're not subscribed. Hit that subscribe button. Let's go. Our first thing I want to put out on this episode is that I am not a mental health specialist. I am not a 56 Mike. I am not a behavioral health specialist. I did go through MRT and become a master resiliency trainer. And with that, I learned a couple tips and tricks along the way of just giving you my opinion of how I stay mentally fit in the military. So when I talk about staying in the fight in the United States military, it's on all those levels. Being resilient, being mentally strong, being mentally stable, and being physically fit. Now, I've talked about being physically fit in other episodes, but being mentally strong, mentally stable is crucial to you being you and you having the success that you need to have in the United States military and just in general in your life. Now, one of the biggest things that I've fought in my military career and just elapsing 10 years right now is being resilient. Being resilient is such a difficult thing to do in the military because, like I told you in the intro, it is the most stressful job in the United States of America. That's over brain surgeons, that's over firefighters, that's over air traffic controllers, the most stressful job. Now, I've been asked this question before, and how do you stay resilient? How do you stay motivated? How do you stay mentally strong in the military? And to me, there's a couple things that I do that I'm just going to give you those tips on. Now, the first thing that I do is I don't bring work home with me. When it's time for me to vent to my spouse, I do, and she listens. And that's an outstanding thing, and she lets me get that off my chest, and that's time to vent. But I don't let it affect that. I don't let it affect my relationship. I don't let my anger pour out onto somebody else. I don't let that happen. And that's very difficult to do. And the big thing you need to remember about that is when you're at work and you're in uniform, work. Don't be on the phone. Don't be texting. Don't be messaging. Work. Let work be work. Don't be Netflixing. Don't be doing this. Let work be work. And the same thing, when it's time for you to be home, be home. Let home be home. Relax with your kids. Relax with your spouse. Relax in your own time, whether it's you're working on some of your skills, some of your hobbies, some of the things that you love to do in your spare time. Let it be that. Too many times, we mix these things together. And then it literally consumes your life from the minute you wake up to the minute you go to bed because everything's mixed together. Let them have their time. Let work be work and let home be home. Now, the next thing that I do to stay resilient is I always stay focused on my goals. Throughout my military career, if you watch some previous episodes, I've told you of things that I've failed. I've told you of things that have derailed me. There's been times where I didn't get that promotion that I wanted. There's been times that I didn't get that assignment that I really wanted. There's been times where I didn't get the award that others got, and they did the same thing as me. I didn't get that deployment that I wanted. That's going to happen throughout your military career. You're going to be challenged by these things. You're going to be challenged. You're going to be tested. And it's going to be extremely difficult to stay resilient. For me, I always stay focused on my goals. No matter what. When I didn't get those promotions, I didn't get this, I didn't get that, I stay focused on my goals. And that realigns me to say, okay, are your goals still in reach? Yes. Okay, so calm down. I take that 2 minutes, calm down, and say, my goals are still in reach. What do I adjust? What's my next plan of action? And I get right back on track. Don't lose track of your goals because you had a bump in the road. Do not lose track of your goals. Now, just like Stallone said in Rocky Balboa, it's not how hard you can hit, it's how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. Now, that's something that's so relatable in the United States military. You're just going to have times where the Army is just going to get the best out of you. And it's just going to have that suck where you can't go on leave when you really wanted to go on leave. You can't be home for that holiday when you want to be home. There's so many things that the military drags you down and can be tough to deal with. That's why it's the most stressful job in the military. So stay focused, stay resilient, and trust me, the good things will come when you just keep swinging. Another thing that I do is to continuously push myself to stay motivated and stay disciplined. A tip that I do is I continuously write notes. Now I'm going to show you a couple of the notes that I had while I was at drill sergeant school. You're prepared. Now dominate. Play the hand dealt. No excuses. Don't get comfortable now. You got to want it. Stay in the moment, work, 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 and good things will come. These are just little things that I did to help motivate myself each and every day. Now, I know there's soldiers out there now, right, that wrote in their PC. They wrote 56 days in a wake-up, 22 days in a wake-up. They wrote their spouse's name. These are little things that keep you aligned and keep you focused. I know when I go TDY, I keep a little card for my son. I put it on the nightstand or wherever I'm in the barracks, whatever. And it's just something when I wake up, I instantly see him. I instantly think of it. Hey, let's get this going. This is why you're doing it. So remind yourself to have these things throughout your office, throughout your car, throughout your uniform. Something that reminds you of why you do it. And these are things that help you stay resilient and stay mentally strong. Now, the last thing I'm going to tell you about is relying on your battle buddies. The military has shown me who my best friends are. They did that so quickly. The first time you went home on holiday block leave to Christmas, think of all the people that really drove out to see you. You may have flown 1,000 miles or 2,000 miles, but they couldn't drive 10 minutes to see you. It shows you who those friends are because you go through some stuff in basic training. You go through some stuff in your deployments and your FTX with these battle buddies that become your best friends. They become your brothers. They become your sisters. They become your whole life. These are battle buddies that will always look out for you, always listen, and they know what you're going through. So rely on your battle buddies. Having those battle buddies, those best friends, those brothers is enormous to your mental stability in the United States military. Now, these are just a couple things that I do to help keep my mental stability and my mental strength in the United States military, in one of the most stressful jobs in the USA. Now, if you have some tips, I want you to take those and put those in the comments below. I want to hear those. Let's get those to everybody and spread this knowledge and spread this wealth of care of people knowing that there's somebody there for you and knowing that if you're going through something, you're not doing it alone. At the end of this video, I'm going to have a slide that has information on it for all the hotlines, for anything from suicide to mental health. I'm going to have it on there so you have a place to find it. If you need someone to talk to, please feel free to hit me up. Please feel free to hit anybody up on that hotline and rely on your battle buddies. And today's episode was talking about the mental health and staying in the fight in the United States military in one of the most stressful jobs in the USA. That's the drill.